Legend of the War here, and today we've got another Saving a Disaster campaign, playing as Crooked Moon on Legendary difficulty. Situation's not great. Turn 100, one settlement, and it's under siege by a pretty strong force of Crooked mutinous gits. Now we do actually have a larger force than them when you consider the garrison here, but it's trash for the most part. Now, generally speaking, on Legendary difficulty, as a player, you should not recruit trolls, okay? I get it, they look strong and stuff, but trust me, don't get them. Because of the way the difficulty works, on Legendary difficulty, a minus, 4 leadership debuff on trolls is devastating. So these trolls here, they're actually only going to have 36 leadership when they go into a fight. They'll rout before they've lost any men, making whatever strength rating they have completely useless. The artillery is good, but I prefer Doom Divers. It's a really basic goblin crap here. Okay, so the Orc Shaman here, let's have a look at him. So, what is he? So, alright, well that's something we can work with. We gotta deal with a lot of Black Orcs, right? Not too concerned about the giants. Usually people panic when they see giants. But we do have a lot of archers. Well, we got a few archers. Actually, yeah, we don't have a lot of archers. We got some archers, and archers are really good against giants. And all we need is a tar pit to keep those giants down, and that should do. The real concern here is definitely the Black Orcs. Right, so I'm going to lift this battle here, because we can't afford to sit there and wait, or else we'll just run out of money. We've got to go out there and fight them. The odds are in our favor. We'll just do the best we can here. Now, there's essentially two ways we can go about this particular campaign. We could make a beeline straight for Carrack 8 Peaks and try to capture it. That's one way. But it is also quite late in the campaign. 100 turns into it means it's probably going to be very well defended, which means we're going to need a significant force. We don't have that. It might be a bit difficult to do that. The other option is to maybe try to control this mountain pass, maybe even peace out with the Empire, and go down to Carrack 8 Peaks later, but with a much better army and a financial backing with these territories here. Alright, so we need to wait for our reinforcements to show up. This should be a decent spot for us. Need to make sure Skarsnik stays pretty close to the trolls, because these trolls, like I said, they are just... their base leadership is just going to be terrible. I'm going to utilize these guys here, since they don't seem to have any missiles. I'm going to try and just shoot at anything, really, but... and this guy here, good, he's on a boar. Those forest goblin spider riders can catch us. Stay here. And you come back here. Now we want to primarily use our garrison as a meat shield, try not to take too much damage, so that we can pursue and finish them off later. Generally speaking, when it comes to gambling, it's a random number between essentially 0 and 30. So if it's below 15, gamble, and you got a decent chance of getting a better result. If it's higher than 20, higher than 15, don't bother gambling. Right, if we're going to be shooting at anything, be shooting at the Black Orcs. And what we'll need to be doing is sort of phasing out the trolls for better units. Arachnarok spiders would be good. Ah, damn, it didn't take. Luring these guys here ahead of the army could be good. Definitely good. Certainly would have liked a little bit more time to set up. Did I leave? Yeah, I left these two guys behind. Get them over here. Get him out of there. Not doing quite as much damage as I would have liked. Alright. Archers, try to get them organized together. Focus fire on the giants. That's what they're going to do the best on. Not yet. Like I said, those giants go down really easily to archers. Right, send in the garrison trolls first. I'm going to try and slow down these black orcs. Now that they're in a blob, now might actually be the best time to use the for the gork. I think one giant's down. Gonna keep focusing on the giants with the archers. Alright, victory's in our grasp. That's great. We just make sure that we can take as much, do as much damage to them as possible without taking too much as well. Alright, now we'll start sending in our trolls. Bring them over here. Bring them there, actually. Right, so I think that's the third giant just about down. This will probably cause the army loss penalty, that spell. And we try to run down as many of them as possible. Overall, I think that went reasonably well. Okay, our army's not particularly damaged. The garrison took the brunt of the attack. A little bit of damage, nothing major though. And their forces have been obliterated. No magic left. That's all good. So yeah, Skarsnik took a bit of damage there, but he's okay. Yeah, it's very important that we kill as many of these black orcs as possible. We really just don't want to fight them in the next one. At least the giants are gone. Although, like I said, the giants were probably the least of my concern. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him. No, he'll run off the battlefield before we can catch him. Alright, that'll do. Good, decisive victory. Yeah, all 3 giants are dead. Our fightiness isn't too bad, but I don't think we've got enough units to actually get a war. And that's some decent coin. I think we're going to need it.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
Alright, let's have a look at items. Armor of Fortune, we got Armor of Destiny, which is better. Yeah, you got some good stuff in here, that's good. How's he been leveled up? It's not too bad, I suppose. Lightning... No, he doesn't get Lightning Strike. No, he's already got it. He starts off with it. But that extra campaign movement, that range there, that'd be really good for him. What else? It's good that he's got Wa. That's very important. Okay. That's not bad. Not bad. I've certainly seen... You know what? I really have no complaints about how that's been leveled up. Yeah, this is all fine here. It's a shame he doesn't have knowledgeable, but that's okay. Now, when it comes to these goblin big bosses, right? I actually think it's better to have them out on the field, delaying enemy armies. They're actually, in my opinion, they're better at it. Oh, you need more points into block army. That's okay. Alright, what kind of barracks do we have available here? So we can get Doom Divers, but they take 3 turns to recruit. I think trolls only take 1 turn, don't they? Yeah. Well, we're not getting any trolls, so forget it. Oh, good, it's tier 5, that's good. And we're not getting trolls. And we're getting rid of the trolls, if anything. What we want to be getting is Arachnarok spiders, but we need the technology for that. Alright, so that's going to take 12 turns. Well, get started on that in the meantime. Okay, all of that seems fine, actually.
Lots of plans.
Just trying to plan out what I should do next. Probably attacking this area here would be best, and then come back to deal with this. If we go and attack that right now, we certainly won't win, and if they attack us here, they won't win.
Abase your filthy body, orc.
Let's see if we can get any peace treaties. Because we don't need to be fighting everyone out here.
So, orc, you have my attention.
Okay. That's fine.
Who needs
Alright, we gotta finish this off. Yep. I mean, I take this guy out of the army, but considering we're not at full strength anyway, probably don't worry about it right now.
Get him!
Given the strength of our army, probably not a good idea to auto-resolve this. I'll fight it manually. If we win, they'll get wiped out, and then we need to make our way down south, I think, to capture that other settlement. It should be easy enough to deal with. No giants this time, only a few black orcs and bits and pieces. Shouldn't be a problem. Probably best if we keep Skarsnik out of it, he's quite damaged. So they'll probably come at us because we have artillery and they don't. And you go and harass them.
Use me! Moving fast! It's good! Ready! Moving fast!
So probably not going to do a hell of a lot of damage, but considering how small their force is, anything that we can get on them is good. Foot of Gork's a pretty decent spell.
Ready!
Damn it. Come on, you can get out. Right, I think it needs just a little bit of help there. See here. I'm just trying to think what would be the best way to go about this. If we send in the trolls and they don't actually take any casualties, just hit point damage, it might be better because they're full strength right now. Alright, send them in against the Black Orcs because they do have armor piercing damage. Their biggest problem is their leadership. Yeah, so the trolls are doing alright just because they've got more trolls than they have Black Orcs. Sort of. I mean, obviously there is actually more individual Black Orcs, but what I'm saying is that our trolls are in... The unit itself is in better shape. That's why he took some damage, but that's okay. Let's try and keep the casualties spread out so we can get back up to full strength faster. I think the greenskins are really due for a little bit of a rework. They really need it. They don't function very well currently. Even at full potential, Crooked Moon just doesn't have much potential at all. Even when you get to Karak 8 peaks. I mean, that'll pay our soldiers for a full turn, so we'll do that.
See you later.
And we can't get a Y anyway, so don't worry about fight. Just as long as we keep the fightiness above, above there, we should be fine. All right, what can we recruit here? Okay, so trolls actually take 2 turns. All right, I want to send this guy up ahead. Let me just
schemes. I got schemes.
stand here. Tell me you got Witchfinder General. Nope. Ugh. Means replenishment's gonna be really slow. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how most of this has been leveled up. Let's go with Yeah, you're certainly going to need evasion chance. Because if you get into a tough situation again, you want to be able to get out of there. Could rely on Regiment of Renown instead of recruiting. Yeah. It's not going to be a revolt here for a while. That'll repair on its own over time. Public order seems fine. Ah, shit.
Not possible.
Volkmar the Grim. Well, that's just great. We need to know what we're going to be up against. He can't reach us. Okay, so yeah. It's not... Okay, this is no, like, artillery or anything like that, so I could probably make that work. Problem is he's recruiting from here. And then there's the garrison on top of that, so that's not going to be easy, but we should be able to manage. If we just wait around for 5 turns, then we can grab the Arachnarok Queen.
Who needs killing? I got plans.
Could just wait here for 3 turns. And get myself some Doomdaver catapults. Those would be great against the artillery, the great swords. But if I recruit 4 of those, that's gonna put us 1,000 extra in debt. But at the same time, this is coming. It's 200. Even when we bring it up to here, it's only an extra 400. But I could disband these other ones here. Thing is, though, attacking that head on, I'm just not sure about that right now. How many turns would it take us to get there? See, it takes 2 turns to get there. Even with these Regiment of Renown. Like, this one's really good. They're okay. But the Doomdaver catapults would make a big difference, especially considering you've leveled up Death from Above. I'm just concerned about finances is all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get 4 of them. Which is a bit overkill in terms of finances, but we'll see what we can do. That actually might be a bit too much. Because I can go into raiding camp next turn, which will make us replenish a little bit faster. God, if only Volkmar the Grim wasn't sitting there. Because that way, if we're at 19, we can attach him. We shouldn't have actually any problem absolutely shredding them. What level is Volkmar? Okay, he's fairly low level.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
Okay, what I might need to do is actually just call off this for now. Well, hang on, how much money are we going to get from that? 3,000, okay. And how much did this cost? Alright, that's not too bad. So we're going to get 3,000 next turn. That'll essentially cover our costs until it's recruited. Then we absolutely must make the attack. Because we'll only have a couple of turns to do it.
Plotting and scheming.
Alright. Alright. It's not ideal. What if we got rid of... Let me just see here. Because if we recruited these 2 units, we would still have... Like, we get rid of these... I'm probably not going to need archers. If we disband them now, that could save us a little bit of cash while waiting up for it. Probably will need them. Because these guys here are just going to get outranged. And they're just straight up shit anyway. Alright, I'll do that. The downside to that, though, is if I disband them, he's just going to come straight at us before we're ready. And we'll sit here and we'll see how we go. Because, like, if we have a look at what he's got to be using the global recruitment. So he could be stuck there for a little while. But we have to assume that when we get there, it's going to be a full stack. So we need whatever the 5 units that he's going to recruit to be able to handle by these 4 units that we're recruiting. Alright, let's do that. Plus, we could get the Goblin Big Boss to slow him down. That actually would be a pretty good idea. But one of the great things about Skarsnik is that all of his agent actions is reduced by 50%. So on top of the additional 30% that's reduced with the other specialist traits, should only cost us like a very small amount to make the attempt. And if you go and defeat Marathi, that's out of the question right now, you can get it down even further. You could get the agent action cost down to 0. Funny thing is, the only faction in this game that can't have agent action costs at 0 is Marathi, because she can't defeat herself. Another thing is that Karag Izor is owned by the Crooked Moon Bootnet Skits. It doesn't take them very long to recruit armies. Okay, so he's already recruited a few troops. And he's not recruiting anything this turn. Okay, so our finances are a little bit better. Got enough to hold on for a short time. Switch over to this. But that will reduce... Oh, no. See, that's going to cost us... Shit, I can't get out of it now. No, we do need replenishment. Even if it costs us more money, we do need the replenishment. Alright, so what are we going to build here? Don't desperately need growth. I've always found that that's just garbage. Waste of a build slot. Could get a barracks. But if we think a little bit more long term, or economic, building this building here, the Raiden stashes, that'll provide us with a bit of extra campaign movement range. And a tiny little bit of extra income when winning battles. Just a tiny little bit. It'll add up over time. The big problem there, though, is that we're probably going to run out of money. So, I definitely want to build that, but just not yet.
Let's get stabby.
Alright, we got good chances to assassinate them here. We could knock off some of their warrior priests and stuff. But I think what I want to do first, block him, and we'll assassinate them next turn. We'll just see what they do. Good. We get another one. I definitely want to get it, but finances are a little bit iffy at the moment, so just leave it be for now. Alright, now that he basically can't move at us, we can justify disbanding these 2 units here, and what that's going to do is not only reduce the amount of income lost from raiding, but also reduce our upkeep costs.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
Okay, it didn't actually reduce
Plotting
our
and scheming.
income problems there. Okay. So, we still have room for 3 more units, one of them being him. I might actually need to make an assassination order in there. Depends what Volkmar gets up to. Probably the biggest threat in this army is, apart from Volkmar himself, the Reichsguard would be difficult for us to deal with. Infantry shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, let's move on. And then we'll want to phase out the catapults for better units, like Ragnarok spiders. But we need money. So when we get to Grimhold, it might be in our best interest to actually sack and occupy it, not just... Oh shit, if they send him in there, that could be a problem. But they didn't recruit any more troops, so it's not going to quite be on a full stack. Well, it will, because they've got garrison as well, but that's just basic units. Because sacking that settlement there could be worth, I don't know, 10, 20,000. Also, not entirely sure how long it's viable to stay here. As soon as the Wood Elves declare war on us, and because it's so late in the campaign, they'll just jump straight over here. And that'll just be GG. Hang on, this isn't our stuff down here, is it? Don't think so.
By Lady Ariel.
Okay, cool. Probably the next thing you want to do with him is just use him for steel technology, but specialist would be better first. Better have increased chances. Alright. Even if he starts coming at us, it's not going to get done, and he won't be able to get to us before we're finished, so we don't need to block him this turn. Now would be best to make an assassination order. We can't be sure if this guy here is going to attach. What's going to be of more value to him? Probably the warrior priest, so let's go with that.
Let's get snappy.
Alright, cool.
I cannot.
So it would actually be in our best interest if he actually comes over here.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 Peaks.
So certainly would like to upgrade it, but we're going to be running at a pretty big deficit next turn. We need to move hard and fast. We need to get some cash. Looking at this,
Supreme ruler of 8 Peaks.
yeah, I can't quite tell how much we would make by sacking that just yet. Alright, let's move on. Now once we've captured this, we'll have a decent buffer. Apart from I suppose, Crooked Moon, Mutinous Skits. You really don't want to go to war with the Wood Elves, so that's not going to be good to deal with. Alright, I was hoping he'd come at us, but he didn't. And we'll certainly need to get walls built up here as quick as possible. It's mainly just there to delay the enemy. Crooked Moon garrisons suck. They're numerous, but they suck. They're really bad in auto resolve, and they're quite difficult to use well. You have to rely on the fanatics a lot. If the enemy bring a lot of beasts, it's pointless because they're only good against infantry. Yeah, like I thought, that's pretty expensive. But when we get out of this stance here, okay, it's not too bad. Alright, we can arrive there next turn.
Knife 'em.
Talk at me and
We
you
might have to fight these guys, one of their armies. Oh man, they're at tier 5, so it could have iron breakers in there.
Gobblers hungry.
Okay, we can still get the Regiment of Renown even in foreign territory. Don't get it this turn, get it next turn. This way, we've got a chance that he might come at us. Just thinking. It might be best if he just stays there.
the way.
We probably want him to make another assassination. Not this turn, but next turn. And instead fill this up with more Regiment of Renown, just to increase our odds as much as possible. Okay, so public order here, it's going downhill, but it's okay. Too risky, too risky.
I hear ya.
Alright, done everything I can. Yeah, we really want to get out of this war with Karakhiran. And if possible, if we could get good relations with the Wood Elves, which I doubt we would be able to, they don't quite like us. Because they hate Crooked Moon mutinous Gits. Maybe if we could get them to join war against the mutinous Gits.
Gorge themselves upon your flesh.
Do something in exchange for a... No, I guess we'll just have to wait a little bit longer. Thing is, they could still end up declaring war on us. Okay, they're at war with Karakhiran as well. Okay, alright. Being friendly with the Wood Elves, that could actually work out quite well for us. It'd be a very weird alliance. But we'll see. I certainly would like to get that extra 100, but... I mean, we'd still have about 600. Which wouldn't be enough to hire the Regiment of Renown, so we need that cash. Again, if we're lucky, Volkmar will come out and fight us. Because our army sizes should be about equal, and I think I've got a strategic advantage. Now, after we've captured the settlement, it's not going to get us out of the financial problems. We need more territory. So, one option is Karak Izor. It's not hugely rich for us. We can't make use of the copper mines there. Another option is to come back to our original capital. Again, it's not a hugely valuable settlement. There's no landmark there. So I don't know. Alright, I'm glad they didn't attach the other dude there. We've only got a small amount of money. I might not be able to hire all the regiment of renown that I need. But I think it would be better to knock this dude out rather than attach him to the army.
I'll take him out,
Good.
boss.
So 17 versus 15 plus 7. So they've got 22.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
There's another army being recruited here. So we'll have to deal with that fairly soon.
I got Smith.
I'm just wondering if I should make this attack now. Hang on. Sacking this would be worth... 4,000? Jeez, I was way off. Might not be even worth sacking it, but we got to get some money together. Looking at Karak Izor, it's only at tier 3. So it wouldn't be worth a hell of a lot to sack. I'm financial issues.
Skarsnik.
Just wondering if I should recruit this or just... I think I'm just going to go for it without the Regiment of Renown, which is definitely on the ballsy side. But finances are just too tough at the moment. Yeah. Shit. I'm gonna need some extra
Kill
troops.
'em all!
I mean, I only necessarily need it for one turn. What do I need? So it's 17. What's going to be the most useful to us? So these ones here, good against infantry. Don't cost too much. What's going to give us the biggest advantage for the... What's going to give us the biggest bang for our buck? One more turn and we can grab them. Still, the upkeep cost is too high. Like I said, certainly want to phase out them trolls. Yeah, we don't get an upkeep reduction for goblins, do we? Wait, do we? Let me just check this. Oh yeah, we do. It's faction-wide. What's going to give us the biggest bang for our buck here? Got to make a wise decision. Taking out their archers with squigs and cavalry could be good. Well, these ones here are way cheaper than the other one. And they're pretty cheap as well. So, nothing to get the Crimson Killers. Alright, we'll go with this. 19 out of 20. And that's a little bit more even. So, we're still up against the odds, but we're just going to have to go with this. Give that to the squigs. Now we need to, as much as possible, delay their forces from arriving at our front line so that our artillery can basically just obliterate them for as long as possible. Now, Arch-Lector Volkmar the Grim is a really good melee fighter, so we don't necessarily want to send a hero over there to get into combat with him. Okay, this is a good map for us. Definitely want to stay away from those trees, they'll just block our shots. Now this guy here could get caught by the Reichsguard, but we have to keep in mind as well that he is immortal, so even if he does get wounded, it's not the end of the world. Especially if we sacrifice him, but it wins us the battle, then great. But he's got to get some Futtergorks in there. So these two here can easily outrun the Reichsguard. But we need these guys to be dishing out damage, not just distracting Reichsguard. Alright, there could be a good opportunity to pop this in over here, but... Oh, it's actually the same speed as Reichsguard. Right there, now. Quick, 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 quick. Ooh, that's a good hit. Good job. Essentially took out 3 units there. Sort of. They're not dead, but they're damaged. That's it. This looks great. They're not in any cohesive formation at all. That Reichsguard's getting obliterated. Very, very nice. I'll try pin it down. It's a good start. Thing is, though, these guys here, the great swords, they will rip through our front line very quickly. These guys here can't exactly, skirmish run away. Shit, get back. Damn it, that took a lot of damage here. That wasn't good. But if any unit was to get shot, I'm kind of glad it was that one. That's good that they've distracted units over there. Okay, we need to get one of these down. There looks like a good spot. Do it. Good start. Okay, take that down there. You need to come around here. Come around their rear. It's okay, Skarsnik can handle this. Alright, it looks like we've got this. They've suffered so much damage now. Their army's a fucking mess. How much damage do we need? 15. Okay. Yeah, we got this. Everything's turning out just fine. Army loss penalty shouldn't be too far off for them. Yeah, we absolutely ripped them to shreds in this battle. Yeah, Volkmar's not really taking that much damage, just ignore him, I suppose. But at the same time, I don't really have any other good targets, so I guess we'll keep shooting him. Because going into melee with him is not going to be any better. There's the army loss penalty. Great! Jeez, we walked out of that virtually without any damage. Close victory. I don't know how they think that was the case, but whatever. Well, we kind of over-prepared, but at the same time, they really behaved very poorly in that battle. If they had just formed up their battle line and charged at us right at the start, it would have been a very different fight. But they allowed us to really wear them down with artillery. They allowed a bunch of foot of hawks to jump down on them, and it wrecked their momentum, which they never had any to begin with. Yeah, I'm a sack and occupy it. We need the money.
I'm gone. Supreme ruler of eight
Luckily, we
pillars.
just had enough movement. Good, it didn't get dropped down a level. We did put the poops thing in there, but that's okay.
Trixie. I got plans.
Okay. But then it's gone now. Well, that worked out very nicely, but we're still losing 1,000 gold a turn. So we've got to do something about that.
Skarsnik.
Alright, so repairing this would give us an extra 150. Problem here is that this province just doesn't make enough money. So what are we going to do here? We're definitely going to need walls. Hang on, what else is there? Yeah, go with walls. We need to get the money. And I need to get this repaired so we can upgrade it. And all of that's costing money. So at this rate here, now we've only got 4 turns until we run out of cash.
Gobbler's hungry.
But if we could disband, let's see how much. So that's an extra 150, that's an extra 100. So if we could disband about maybe 700 gold worth of troops. But what? Like, most of this stuff is actually pretty valuable. Like, these are really good. Oh my god, we can't even afford a full stack. The other option here is just recruit just regular crappy goblins, just so we can afford a full stack. Because we do need some meat shields.
Plotting and scheming.
The other option is to stay at the strength that we're at here,
Who needs killing?
and jump down here and fight them next turn.
I'm a schemer.
Not next turn, turn after. Because we'll have 4 turns until we run out of money now. It's not going to be worth a whole lot. But it'll weaken the mutinous skits, and those forces are going to come at us anyway. It would be a lot easier for us to deal with them if inside of the settlement. I think. Because we can dick them around a hell of a lot.
What you want?
Alright, I think that's how we'll go about it. Probably sack and occupy would be the way to go as well. Could end up obliterating the settlement to the ground, but it's okay. We still need to get up over here as well. But those guys are just going to sit there for ages.
Lots of plans.
And then there's these guys here. I really want to get rid of the trolls. If we disbanded all the trolls, we'd be financially fine. But what am I going to replace them with? I guess I could replace them with this garbage. I mean, that wouldn't be a good idea, but that would be cheap. Nah. Despite the fact how much I hate trolls, right now, I kind of need them. Alright. It is what it is. Let me see if I can get out of this war with the Empire.
What?
No, they're too strong. They're not going to accept it. Alright, so be it. Let's move on. Oh, man. Nearly an hour into this, and I've made so little progress. We fought 2 battles. Where did the time fly? Well, I guess we fought 3 battles if you count the second one. I guess it's all that preparation, but we got to be doing that kind of stuff. You can't just be like charging in without preparation, especially against stronger armies. Gotta have a plan. Sometimes you can't just pull a plan straight out of your ass. You gotta think about things. Think about all the possible scenarios that could occur and account for all of them. Not just cross your fingers and hope that the AI is dumb. Which, it's great when they are, like in that case there against Volkmar, but always assume that your AI, or that the AI is going to be the best it possibly could be. That it's going to charge at you, rush at you, do things that you don't want it to do. If you account for that, then you shouldn't ever worry. The only problem with this campaign right now is money. You know, if we were in the green, we could sit here and just wait and it wouldn't be a problem. No one's going to really threaten us too much. But that's not the problem. We've got to get our finances under control. I just realized, I just repaired that building for 1,000, and I'm not going to be able to afford upgrading it. So I should have just left it. Because that way it would have at least repaired on its own. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Maybe I can afford it. Oh, that's even better.
Boss of them night goblins.
Okay. Just trying to think what to do with him. Because it's a real shit war. Probably best if it stays close to us every turn.
You want schemes? I got schemes.
So yeah, finances aren't horrible. So this will cost us... If I do that, we'll go bankrupt next turn. That's why I'm saying we probably shouldn't do that. But at the same time, I could cancel this to buy us the extra turn that we need.
I got me brother.
Stop pushing it.
They're not exactly ready. You'll still be up against the odds.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 pigs.
Before we do that, make sure this guy's
Will.
jumping in.
Want no more plotting and scheming.
Some of our units haven't fully recovered, but that's okay. Like I said, we just gotta make an attack here. If we have a look at how much the sack value is, it's actually 12,000. Okay, I can do a fair bit with that.
Ready.
And we'll just cheese the siege. We'll find a way. We'll find a way in. Public order here is not great, but like I said, we'll figure it out. If you have a look at it, it's largely due to legendary difficulty, of course. Yeah, so this definitely helps. Wait, doesn't Skarsnik have a item that provides global bonuses to... Yeah, it does. He does. What do we need to do that? Raise or sack 3 settlements belonging to dwarf realms. Yeah, I ain't doing that. For one thing... There's no time limit on it. But it's not worth it. Alright, so this guy here should hopefully stop off right behind us. He won't participate in the battle, but I don't think I need him to.
Supreme ruler of 8 pigs.
Alright. We have to make that attack next turn. I mean, we can make really good use of the Doom Diver catapult, so that shouldn't be a problem.
I got me brother.
And magic will certainly come in handy. It's just that when we go in for the melee, that's when things are going to be shit. Another thing as well, and I know people probably don't want to watch this for like 4 hours, I could manually fire the Doom Diver catapults, and they'll do a great job. But it takes a really long time. We'll see what the odds are like going into it. Hopefully they don't manage to actually get anything finished on their recruitment. Hopefully they're utilizing global recruitment. But we'll see. Another thing to consider is that we don't really need this province. Like, if the Wolves declared war on us, just get the hell out of there. There's the dwarves down here. It'd be interesting to know how strong they've become, because we haven't met the greenskins yet. And it's turn 100. It's quite possible that the greenskins are gone. It's like confederating with... what's his name? Grimgore. That could help. Yeah, this is long term. I'm not probably going to get to that point. I mean, the campaign's no longer on the verge of defeat, but it's still not great. The problem with Crooked Moon is that it takes such a long time to get to an okay position because they're such a weak faction. Empire is just confederating with people like crazy. They're going to be on steroids soon. Damn it. They recruited up to full stack there. Now, there's a lot of garbage in there, but it's still not good.
Ready for bossing.
I won't be able to, like... what I could do is besiege and wait for these guys to come up and assist.
Lots of plans.
But, at the same time, we gotta get moving. And even if they did come in to fight with us, like, it's such a trashy army.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 pigs.
Alright, it says it gives us even odds, which it's not even. I can make this work. Anyway, the thing is with the Wa, you kind of don't want to get it destroyed for like the first 5 or 10 turns, because it sort of acts like a non-aggression pact or some sort of treaty. If they get wiped out within 10 turns, you lose reliability. But if you just keep them alive for about 10 turns, and then they get wiped out, then no reliability loss. Alright, so I've always found that if you've got artillery, going for the corners is sort of the best way to go about it.
Warlord of eight peaks!
And what we want to do is utilize the rock lobbers to take out the towers, but utilize the doom diver catapults to actually kill troops.
Where's covers? Let's fight!
For some reason, they haven't put anyone up on the walls. But they will, so take them down. Now, this is actually really good for us, because if we set up our artillery here or here, we'll be able to shoot into this stuff pretty easily. But we need to make sure our artillery is effective in this. We've also got a timer on this battle. That's okay. Alright. Let's start moving around over here. We do have to be mindful that this tower here could potentially be activated to hit us. But the more towers we destroy, the less ammunition we'll have to take out enemy units. So the enemy has 10 extra units than what we've got. So that means each of our troops need to take out essentially 1.5 units. That's not an easy ask. Alright, we got some magic. Let's bring him up. And wherever the densest concentration of quality troops, drop down some footed Gorks. 60 winds of magic. If that's what we got, then so be it. We want to be hitting Black Orcs if possible. But wherever we can do the most damage, that's the most important thing. Sooner we cast, sooner we can start recharging. Thing is, I could cast it on these goblin archers here, and it would probably wipe them out, or I could cast it on the black orcs, and it would do a little bit of damage. I'm going to try it on the goblin archers, and we'll see if we can just nuke this unit, because we're going to have a hard time dealing with them punching through choke points. So they could actually be just as dangerous as black orcs. And like I said, they're just gone. Instead, against Black Orcs, we could use armor piercing, stuff like this. So they're broken. Oh, they're straight up shattered. That worked out really nicely. We should do more of that. Alright. So let's start with Black Orcs, because they're going to be the most dangerous units in melee. And we'll just use them 2 at a time, just so we don't waste ammunition. And the great thing about using it this way is that I don't have to fire it manually myself. Which would still do more damage, but I feel like we'll be fine doing it this way. Alright, so I'll pop it down on another goblin archer. There's one over here. I could have hit these goblin wolfriders as well. Maybe next time. That one there should shatter as well. Good. Okay, maybe just have one shoot at a time, because they're aiming for the exact same spot. The biggest downside to the Foot of Gork is that it's actually a very expensive spell to cast. Didn't quite wipe them out that time. But still, in terms of kills, he's done his worth. Alright, let's move these two around over this side. Move them around over here as well. It's totally okay if the time runs out. Let's move this one a little bit closer. This could be a bad idea. It might hit this, but let's just see. Yeah, it is hitting the tower there. So I don't want to cast another one till we hit 30 magic. Could cast on the Goblin Wolf Riders, but they're shit units, so don't bother with them. Since they're not putting troops up on the wall, I think we can justify moving a little bit closer over here. Just gotta be a little bit careful. Okay, where are the black... There they are. Alright, you shoot them. There we go. At least now we're not getting hit... not hitting the damn towers. Now, killing their general could work out really well for us as well. Because Doomdove is actually pretty good at sniping generals. If they can actually get a clear shot at them. So the guys at the wall here, not a good idea to hit them. Good, another unit of Black Orcs pretty much gone. Alright, maybe aim for this dude. Alright, we got 30 Winds of Magic again. So we've got to guarantee 2 more casts. Seems like all the Black Orcs are gone. I can't see where the other one is. There it is. Alright. It's fine. Don't aim for that one just yet. This guy's... He's definitely done his worth. Where am I going to cast this? Hitting Orc Boys is not exactly a good target. Probably Biggins would be the best target to hit. So let's bring him around over here. Yeah, definitely would be a good idea to get rid of their caster. Right, now we can still technically get some recharge if we just use Arcane Conduit. Did it right. So... we'd have to do that 7 times to get another 15 Winds of Magic. Alright, he's out of ammo. He did well. Did well. Okay, you're up next. Alright, I think we're gonna need to create a breach. But where? I'm thinking about here will do. Or should I do it here? I'm gonna go over here. Okay, I don't know if that's going to be particularly effective against the Goblin Wolf Chariot, but I think it'll do a lot of damage, because they can't exactly dodge me. Let's see. It didn't do a lot. It's not a high value unit. Just gotta look for any weaknesses we could find. Okay, move him a little bit closer. We'll see if we can hit this other Black Orc unit. Because I think they've just got the 3. That dude there definitely needs to die. Or at least shatter. It's good as dead. Let's get rid of these Goblin Wolf Riders here. I'd aim at him, but... actually, yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can hit him. Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's hitting the ground here. It is doing some damage to him, but I just don't know about the value of that right now. Alright, we're almost in range to hit those black orcs. We just have to hope that the obstructions aren't going to get in the way. This dude's coming back. Okay, good, he shattered. Alright, great, great. Taking out another unit of black orcs is really good. Alright, let's get started on destroying this section of wall here. No, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, come around over here, and we'll see about hitting the just orc boys from over here. There's not that many other high quality units now. It's mostly low quality trash. I'm sure there's a lot of units that are actually hidden. What's this? Okay, it's a goblin big boss, not a huge concern. But there's another caster. Well, if he stays over there, then nothing to be concerned about. Alright, good. And you need to finish off these black orcs. Bring them up here so they can start shooting over there as well. We had a reasonable sight on him. Okay, this one's out of ammo. Off you go. So yeah, sort of individual shots from the catapults do more damage. They're just far less accurate than the Doom Diver catapult. Doing quite well, actually. Okay, we're at halftime here. Don't have that much ammo left. Alright, I'm gonna start attacking stuff from over here. Shit, I forgot to keep doing this. Yep, they did alright. You know, Skarsnik will kill a lot of troops when he goes in there, and this guy, with his support with the Tormentor Sword, that'll help when we get into melee. Yeah, take out those big uns. And then we've just got this one unit here of Doom Divers left to utilize. Alright, let's start bringing out... No, don't bring the troops up just yet. Oh, we'll actually have to do it more than I thought, because this was active when I last checked it, which was giving our power recharge rate. So that'll give us 1 Winds of Magic each, which isn't a lot. So hopefully this last one here, maybe if we overcast it, I'll have to wait. Put it into, hopefully what will happen is once we start punching through the breach, they'll start sending loads of troops over here to fight, then we pop down the Foot of Gork on them and hopefully cause a rout. Not finding it particularly effective against Goblin Wolf Riders. They're kind of in loose formation. If we look at all the different units, there's only basic crap left. Alright, let's start bringing all of our troops up over here, all of our melee guys. It's time to punch through the gap here. They don't have anything that can seemingly do any area of effect damage, except for this one here, I guess, but he's too far away. Okay, that's doing well there. Right, yeah, so they've got Goblin Archers that were probably hidden. So there's probably more units in here than what we can see. And for that, I reckon we'll do more damage to that. Alright, if we want to get this done on this battle here, then we need to launch the attack now. Might not be a good idea to send everyone all at once, but let's just get organized. Oh, these guys here, they could go in, take a little bit of damage and pull back because they can regenerate health. Again, bring the Tormentor Sword over this way. Okay, that's actually not doing very much damage. That's fine with me. So yeah, bring these guys in to help support them. Okay, I think we're doing okay.
What are we doing? Let's get nasty. Shoggy, all right.
There's got another spellcaster that we didn't see. It's okay. We are starting to take some damage with them. Alright, I'm gonna bring these guys in. Wow, 314 kills, that's not bad. Even if it is killing trash, it's still good. Did we kill the enemy general? Alright, I'm gonna send them over here to finish off the garbage out this way. Oh, jeez, that's very painful right there. I mean, I've got some of my own, but that was very painful. If I do that right now, I'll hit my own units. Yeah, it was painful for them, but they actually got a better hit on me. Yeah, Squigs absolutely eat up infantry.
Skarsnik.
They're actually not faring that well, just going up against Nazi Skulkers there. So they'll pull them out and let one of my own Nazi Skulkers go in there, along with the Goblin Big Boss. I'd use Fireball, but I'm likely to hit my own units. There we go, army loss penalty, we won. Pretty minimal damage considering we were pretty badly outpowered there. Always close victory, but whatever. The downtime on that's not going to be too bad either. The only real damage we took was when they did the swirly whirlies, or whatever it's called. And that's how you siege it properly. And we could have still popped down another foot of Gork, but I was waiting to see if another good opportunity would arise, rather than just take out half of a unit of Orc boys. Yeah, we need the money. Even if we don't take it this turn. Which we do. We did knock it down to level 2 though. Okay, kept at level 2. Alright, it's going to be hard to maintain public order here. But it's actually going to take a long time for it to grow as well. Ugh. If I repair this, that'll halve the time. If I build this, we can get it up there pretty quickly. Because it's not going to be of any use to us until it grows. Taking on the Wood Elves would be a huge mistake. Maybe you just don't worry about it. But there's the money that we need to get that built up.
You want schemes? I got schemes.
Okay. And if we can... Problem here is, like, as much as those units would be really good, you gotta get money. Yeah. Orc buildings are really expensive. So we need 7,500 in total for that, which we've got. 6 turns. So that'll actually be done just in time. Sort of, actually. It'll be done a little bit late. Could have gotten 2% extra if we had built that first, but we were running that pretty close. So here, we could build this to get an extra 200, and just to hold on to this for as long as possible. If we hold on to this for just 3 or 4 turns, it'll make a profit. Alright, do that. We can still let that repair on its own. There's no landmark building here, is there? No. Alright. It's not great, but that's a lot better than it was before.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
I think we'll end the turn here, and we'll end the video there. And I guess I'll see how much you guys like this one, whether or not you want to see a second episode, or whether you want me to continue this in a live stream, or we'll see. I'll just have to see how it performs. Because I don't want to live stream something that nobody wants to watch. But we'll see, because it's certainly going to be a difficult campaign still. It's nowhere near as difficult as my This Is Total War campaign is, Skarsnik, and situation's not that bad. A lot better now than it was. But still, that financial problem, which is it's kind of common for the Orcs though, they just don't make that much money through their buildings. And their units are quite expensive. You have to rely on sacking a lot. But the problem is our army, it like semi-sucks now. The Doom Divers make a nice big difference, but what we really want to get in there is some good, fat, fucking Arachnarok spiders, because those are great. Probably one of the best units in the green screen roster. Just want to sort of make sure that nothing bad happens over the end turn. Alright, well we can see that they're bringing their other army. So that's, I think that's Bastogne making their way to Karak Norn. We should be able to use the underway to get back in time. Before they launch the attack there. Money's not too bad, it'll actually last you a really long time there. So it'll still take them a few turns to get there. The garrison should have fully replenished. Yep. And we can't see exactly what's there, and we know that they probably will win. I mean, it's turn 100, so it's probably got some really good units in there. But when these guys here show up, everything, you should be able to beat that. So you got a choice now. You can just abandon this province and continue making your way down to Karak 8 Peaks, or you can try and hold on to it. Either way, you should be in much better shape. So that's the end of this one, guys. Let me know if you want to see a second episode or whether you want to see this in a live stream. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.